Now it's time to move on to another pressing matter. Where exactly are we going to go next season in V8 SCOPS? The 2020 season was certainly a long and arduous championship, and we visited a lot of fantastic circuits, but the 2021 calendar is going to change things up a little bit. We've got some new tracks coming in, we've got old classics returning, we got a couple of tracks coming in from the official series that haven't been used in SCOPS yet, so it'll be interesting to see how they go in this series schedule. With me is Jay Kennedy, broadcast director and co-owner of SimSpeed Esports. Jay, my goodness, what a season we've got coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Hello, everyone, and looking forward to it. As you said, some returning classics, some tracks that we haven't seen since Season 1, and some tracks that we've never done in V8 SCOPS before, some different formats, some tracks that probably people wouldn't have expected to be on the calendar, so I'm excited to see what people think of it.
Yeah, I certainly am too. Let's take a look at where we are for round 1 in 2021. We're at Montreal. Once again, the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve is opening the calendar. It's got chicanes and hairpins, big curbs and heavy braking zones. It's that half sort of street circuit deal that we love so much, and the racing is always fantastic.
And while we're in Canada, we might as well stay there for round number 2 at Mossport. It's been a track of breakthroughs. Andrew Gilliam this year. Previously, we saw Brock Salmon come through for his first win in the past as well. So it's a track that has seen breakthroughs. Who is going to be the breakthrough driver in 2021? I'm looking forward to Mossport.
Yeah, I certainly am too, and I'm looking forward to Sebring for round 3, the bumpy former World War II airfield. We've got long straights, the fast first and last turn really pressuring, and a patchy concrete surface. It's a sprint race mecca where Cooper Webster in particular took his first win.
Round 4 goes to Brazil, one of the drivers' favourite tracks. It's a track that always provides good racing for the drivers, good racing for the spectators, and always provides a bit of a curveball as well. In the midfield, we always see drivers mix up, alternate strategies and try something different. Fan favourite, Interlagos.
Another fan favourite is the Lost Classic of Alton Park Raceway, formerly outside of Sydney. It's the home track of our reigning champion, Madison Down, and he certainly loves it here. It's tight, twisty and bumpy. You're going to need patience and concentration to wheel a car around here quickly.
Round 6 goes to Road Atlanta, with one of the drivers' favourite tracks again being this one here. Looking forward to seeing how this track plays out into the schedule again. It will be a slightly different format for Road Atlanta, which will be released closer to the date. It's going to be a very exciting weekend.
And we move even further back, going all the way back to Season 1 of V8 SCOPS. It's Donnington Park. We last raced this in the test season. It's a historic flowing circuit. You'll have to manage the weight transfer through Craner curves and set up a pass into the Melbourne and Goddard's hairpins.
Track that is considered to be the oval of road racing, Watkins Glen will host round number 8, the halfway point of the schedule. One of the tracks that sees the highest participation out of every circuit within iRacing. Watkins Glen is sure to provide another fantastic weekend of racing in V8 SCOPS.
And we go back over to the UK for a track that hasn't been on the SCOPS schedule before, but has made appearances in the official series schedule, Alton Park. I remember Josh Muggleton took an official championship win in dramatic fashion here some years ago. The track is newly free on the iRacing service. It's fast, it's narrow, it's an old school through the woods track.
One of the most popular circuits that we have added to the V8 SCOPS schedule, Belle Isle returns round number 10 in August, once again running with a full field shootout of all 35 cars for 2021.
And then it's enduro time. We go to the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari in Imola. 500-kilometer race, which is always throwing up a spanner in the works. There's chicanes here and rough curbs as well. Always provides good racing, but with 2 drivers in the car, it'll be a different challenge entirely.
Something special this year about Phillip Island. It will be the 10th birthday party of V8's Online/SimSpeed. Retro round returns to V8 SCOPS for 2021. and it will also have a 45 car grid as well, so expanded grid and a birthday party.
And then we come to the big one. It's one heck of an after party at the Mount Panorama circuit for the Bathurst 1000. We got a top 15 shootout the day before scheduled for this one. 161 laps, pit stops, pitfalls, and safety cars. It's Bathurst. What more do you want?
Then, for the first time ever, Long Beach will be appearing in V8SCOPS. It has been raced before in test races and hosted sessions plenty of times, and the racing here will be fantastic. Long Beach Circuit debuts in V8SCOPS for round 14, 2021.
And then to round 15 for our traditional finale. I'm feeling like a bit of cheese. We're going to Wisconsin and Road America. There's drafting battles around here. There's long corners, short corners, heavy braking zones. Tire management is incredibly important, and we'll be able to crown a champion at America's Temple of Speed.
An awesome
so that
schedule.
is it. Truly awesome schedule indeed. I'm looking forward to seeing how the championship plays out. There's a great variety of circuits here, Jay.
Yeah, and a bit of feedback that we've had from some of the drivers is that the end of the season goes too long. So we're actually finishing at the end of October for this year. So the season is a little bit more condensed. We've got 2 reserve dates sitting there in November if we do need them. If something does come up in the real world, or if we need to reschedule an event. So we have got that option there, but the whole season should be done by the end of October, which means that the racing will be a lot more standardised. We won't see those big breaks like we've seen previously. The longest break is 4 weeks after Bathurst, between Bathurst and Long Beach, which I think is a good little break. Another bit of feedback was the second half of the season didn't have a great schedule, so we've put in Watkins Glen at the halfway point. Alton Park, which will have a 35 car grid. It's a free circuit, and that means that we should hopefully see a good turnout for that. 35 car grid for that. Then Belle Isle, the 3 Enduros, Long Beach, and then finishing off with Road America. I think the second half of the season should see the participation still be right up there with what we will see at the start, which will no doubt be huge once again.
Yes, indeed, and we certainly hope that this has piqued your interest. If you've been interested in joining this championship, Scops is always open. Can't wait to see how this season turns out. Hopefully, you're there to see how the action unfolds at Montreal.